Who controls your life? Are you living out another person's content? Or, on the other hand, are you the creator of your own story? In a world where we're besieged with messages about who to be, what to like, and how to live, it's progressive to inquire, what does it mean to genuinely live for yourself? Today, we're not simply going to discuss how to make do in this turbulent world. We will investigate step-by-step instructions to flourish by embracing the wisdom of Friedrich Nietzsche interlaced with the timeless principles of apathy. We will reveal the force of making your way, confiding in your own voice, and tracking down the boldness to live as per your most profound qualities. So, assuming you're prepared to challenge the norm and find a more genuine approach to everyday life, keep close by. How about we jump profound into probably the most provocative philosophical thoughts that guarantee to change not only your thought process but how you live each and every day. Assuming that you appreciate jumping into these extraordinary thoughts with us, a simple free blessing I'll ask from you is to stir things up around town and avoid no piece of the video. Since very much like nature's way of thinking instructs us to stand apart from the crowd, assuming you're here, you're already a special case. Let's go. Don't follow the crowd. This call to independence isn't just about saying something or being different for the good of its own. It's about the significant need of adjusting our actions with our deepest beliefs and values. It's a challenge to live legitimately in a world that often stresses consistency. When we discuss not following the crowd, we're truly discussing the courage to pursue individual choices that may not necessarily align with standard expectations. This could be as critical as choosing a career path that's offbeat or as simple as opting to walk or cycle instead of drive, despite the convenience of a vehicle. Nature's challenge is about questioning why we do the things we do. Are we acting out of personal conviction, or are we simply following the blueprint laid out by society? The Stoic philosophers, like Marcus Aurelius, emphasized similar themes. Aurelius famously said, "The object of life isn't to be on the majority, but to avoid finding oneself in the ranks of the insane." This strikingly captures the Stoic ideal of living according to reason rather than falling into the madness of crowd behaviors. It urges us to find our own path guided by rational thought and personal integrity. This idea is deeply rooted in the tradition of Western philosophy. Socrates, the father of Western philosophy, spent his life challenging the prevailing norms of Athenian culture, famously asserting that the unexamined life does not worth living. His approach was not about dissent for its own sake, but about seeking a deeper understanding of one's values and actions. Like nature, he believed in the importance of self-examination as the path to true knowledge and right living. Plato furthered this philosophy by illustrating how easy it is to be misled by the illusions that society perpetuates. In his allegory of the cave, he describes prisoners who mistake shadows on a wall for reality because they have never seen the world outside. When one prisoner escapes and sees the world as it truly is, he realizes that what the crowd believes is often far from reality. This allegory serves as a powerful reminder of the dangers of conforming without questioning and highlights the freedom that comes from seeking truth even when it contradicts societal norms. Psychological perspectives also underscore the value of not following the crowd. Carl Jung, a Swiss psychologist, argued for the development of individuality through a process of individuation, stating, "The privilege of a lifetime is to become who you truly are." This process involves separating oneself from collective norms and expectations to achieve personal fulfillment and authenticity. By choosing not to follow the crowd, we not only define our identity more clearly but also contribute uniquely to our communities. Each individual who dares to live authentically offers a different perspective, enriching the diversity of thought and lifestyle choices available to others. This isn't just about private gain, it's about enriching the collective human experience. Let's remember the words of Epictetus, if you wish to be a writer, write. This simple mandate reminds us that to truly live, we must actively engage in practices that reflect our true selves, not just harbor them as private thoughts or desires. Whether it's in choosing a career, a lifestyle, or even our worldview, withdrawing from the crowd isn't just a path to personal authenticity, it's a journey towards a meaningful life. Trust your perspective. Nietzsche's admonition to shed the bad taste of wanting to agree with quite a few urges us to develop our own judgments rather than conforming to prevailing opinions. This isn't about dismissing the views of others wildly but rather about developing robust grounds for a free perspective that is grounded in our own reasoning and critical thinking. The concept of trusting your own perspective aligns perfectly with the teachings of Stoic philosophy, which places a high value on confidence in judgment and action. Marcus Aurelius often stressed the importance of being true to one's own rational mind. He wrote, "Everything we hear is an opinion, not a fact. Everything we see is a perspective, not the truth." This highlights the Stoic belief that our perceptions and judgments are shaped by our interpretations rather than objective reality, and thus, we must be rigorous in examining and trusting these perceptions. Stoicism teaches that wisdom and virtue come from within and include the cultivation and trust of our own viewpoints. Epictetus emphasized the importance of self-trust when he said, "It is impossible for a man to learn what he thinks he already knows." He urged his followers to continually challenge their own beliefs and remain open to learning and self-correction. This is the essence of trusting your own perspective, not that it should never change, but that it should be formed through personal reflection and deliberate thought. The principle of trusting your own viewpoint also resonates through the broader Western philosophical tradition. Socrates, whose method of rigorous questioning laid the foundations of Western thought, believed that true knowledge and moral living begin with an examination of one's own beliefs. His practice of questioning everything was aimed not at critiquing the world but at encouraging individuals to deeply reflect on their own assumptions and beliefs. Aristotle also emphasized the need to own one's judgment in his Nicomachean Ethics, where he discusses the concept of phronesis, practical wisdom. He described this virtue as the ability to act based on reasoned deliberation according to one's own considered judgments. According to Aristotle, true wisdom involves trusting one's own rational faculties to discern the right course of action in complex situations. From a psychological perspective, trusting your own viewpoint is crucial for developing what is now known as self-efficacy, the belief in one's ability to succeed in specific situations. Psychologist Albert Bandura has demonstrated that individuals with high self-efficacy are more likely to challenge themselves with difficult tasks and persevere longer in the face of obstacles. They trust their ability to overcome difficulties, which is fundamentally what Stoics and Nietzsche advocate, trust in one's own judgment over the noise of the crowd. Trusting your perspective isn't just a way to assert uniqueness but an essential component of leading a thoughtful and moral life. It's about building the confidence to stand by your beliefs even when they contradict the prevailing winds of societal opinion. As we cultivate this trust, we not only become more aligned with our true selves but also more resilient and capable of navigating life's complexities with integrity and wisdom. Search out information. This pursuit isn't just about gathering facts but entails a deep, ongoing commitment to understanding our world and our place within it. Engaging in this continual quest for wisdom can profoundly impact our lives, enhancing our navigation and enriching our experiences. Nature famously challenged us to question everything, to never settle for simple answers, and to continually strive for deeper understanding. He saw knowledge as a tool for empowerment, a means of creating a life that reflects our most authentic selves. Similarly, the Stoics, like Seneca, taught that learning is a lifelong endeavor. Seneca once wrote, "As long as you live, keep learning how to live." This reflects the Stoic belief that the pursuit of knowledge is essential for the development of virtue and personal excellence. For the Stoics, knowledge wasn't just theoretical, it was intensely practical. They believed that understanding the nature of the world and human behavior could lead to better self-control and personal resilience. This kind of knowledge helps us navigate life's challenges and uncertainties with grace and wisdom. By learning about different philosophies, scientific discoveries, or even artistic expressions, we gain insights into how to live well, which lies at the heart of Stoic teaching. Moreover, the act of seeking out information encourages us to remain curious and open-minded. It involves reading widely, not just books that affirm our current views but those that challenge them. It means engaging in conversations and debates that push our thinking and broaden our perspectives. It also means exploring new cultures and traditions, which can educate us about the many ways of being in the world, revealing not only the diversity of human existence but also common values and shared struggles. This pursuit is inherently about self-discovery as well. In seeking to understand the world, we also come to understand ourselves better. Each new piece of knowledge acts like a mirror, reflecting aspects of ourselves we might not have recognized before. It challenges our assumptions, tests our beliefs, and sometimes reshapes our goals. This reflective journey is central to both nature's philosophy and Stoic practice. It's about constructing a life that not only harmonizes with the world but knows itself. Integrating this principle into our daily lives means continually practicing intellectual curiosity. It can be as simple as reading a little each day, listening to educational podcasts, or taking courses on subjects that interest us. It also means being active participants in our communities and the world, seeking out experiences that broaden our perspectives and deepen our understanding. The Stoic philosopher Epictetus highlighted the importance of applying what we learn. Don't just say you have read books. Show that through them you have learned to think better, to be a more discerning and reflective person. Books are the dumbbells of the mind. This underscores that knowledge should not only be acquired but also applied. Knowing more isn't enough, we must use what we know to live better, more fulfilling lives. By committing to a lifelong pursuit of knowledge, we equip ourselves with the tools needed to make informed decisions, foster deeper empathy, and lead more meaningful lives. Overall, each piece of knowledge we acquire is a stepping stone toward becoming the architects of our own destiny, shaping a life that is both informed and wise. Live dangerously * this concept doesn't necessarily involve physical danger but rather the psychological and personal risks that come from stepping out of our comfort zones. It's about daring to be different, questioning the status quo, and taking actions that could disrupt our current sense of security, ultimately leading us to a richer, more authentic life. This idea resonates deeply with Stoic philosophy, which teaches that growth often requires perseverance through adversity. Stoics like Marcus Aurelius believed that life's challenges are opportunities to practice virtues like courage and resilience. He wrote, "The obstacle to action advances action. What stands in the way becomes the way." This mindset enables us to face challenges head-on, viewing them as paths to personal growth and self-discovery. Living dangerously in this sense involves making choices that may seem daunting but have the potential to significantly enrich our lives. It could mean leaving a stable but unfulfilling job to pursue a passion that offers less security but more satisfaction. It could involve moving to a new city or country to experience different cultures and perspectives. Or it could mean starting a new project or business that tests our skills and pushes our limits. The key here is a willingness to embrace uncertainty. Uncertainty often holds a mirror to our deepest fears and insecurities but also opens doors to new possibilities. By venturing into uncharted territory, we delve deeper into our capabilities, our limits, and how to surpass them. This process isn't just about taking risks for excitement, it's about thoughtfully considered actions that align with our deepest values and aspirations. Living dangerously also aligns with the Stoic practice of premeditatio malorum, or the contemplation of adversities. This technique involves mentally envisioning potential challenges and difficulties as a way to prepare for them psychologically. This practice not only prepares us to face challenges but also reduces fear of the unknown, making it easier to move forward. Taking risks also requires a deep sense of self-trust, believing that we can handle the consequences of our actions, adapt, learn, and bounce back if things don't go as planned. It's about cultivating a resilient inner life that can withstand external fluctuations, a core tenet of both Nietzsche's philosophy and Stoicism. Ultimately, living dangerously is about choosing growth over comfort. It's about recognizing that a safe life may be satisfying in the short term but may not necessarily lead to true fulfillment or self-realization. It encourages us to ask ourselves whether we are truly living up to our full potential or simply drifting along paths carved out by others' expectations and societal norms. So, when we talk about living dangerously, it's not about reckless abandon but about thoughtful, deliberate actions that challenge us to grow and expand our horizons. It's about making life choices that reflect not just who we are but who we aspire to become. These choices, daunting as they may be, make life truly dynamic and meaningful. Invest time in solitude. This invitation is an important call to step away from the constant busyness and social interactions that fill our days and delve into the quiet depths of our own minds. Nature's assertion that truly great thoughts are conceived while walking alone highlights the clarity and creativity that can emerge from solitude. This isn't about isolation but about creating intentional moments of silence to foster deeper self-awareness and insight. The Stoics also recognized the immense value of solitude.